Today's lesson is called A Treasure Trove of Elephant Trivia. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Roger, and remember everybody, yesterday was World Elephant Day, but because there is such a treasure trove of elephant trivia out there, we're going to continue talking about elephants in today's program. Now, remember last time, of course, we told you about some fascinating facts regarding elephants. There were actually 3 species of elephant, 2 in Africa, 1 in Asia, and they also hold lots of world records, the heaviest land animal. And, of course, the oldest one on record is Lin Wang, the elephant that lived at the Taipei Zoo until the age of 86.
There you go. The records keep piling up. The oldest elephant of all time was 86 years of age when it died. That's a startling record. That's one old animal, but like Roger said before, they hold other records as well. Elephants are very tall and also very heavy. Now, they're not as big as whales, okay? Some whales are much bigger than that. But they are the largest animals on Earth when it comes to land animals. And yes, let's go ahead and take a break, but when we come back, let's dive back into the treasure trove of elephant trivia that we have for you guys today.
With brains weighing 11 to 13 pounds, elephants, along with apes and dolphins, are among the smartest animals on Earth. They recognize themselves when they look in a mirror, understand music, and can even be taught to paint. Elephants experience emotion in a manner similar to humans, and they truly do have good memories. They stretch and yawn when sleepy just like we do, and strangely enough, they're afraid of bees. They also feel sadness for their dead. Elephants often refuse to leave a member of the group when it dies, sometimes covering the dead with leaves and earth.
各位好，第一部分我们看到单字 recognize 这个字是动词，指认出、认可。例如 Tina recognized one of her old classmates in the supermarket. Tina 在超市里认出一位她的老同学。另外，补充 recognize 的片语，可以用 recognize A as B 来表示承认 A 是 B， 认可 A 是 B。我们可以说David is recognized as the strongest person on the soccer team. David 被公认为是足球队上最强壮的人。再来，我们看到一个名词 manner， 指方式、方法。举例来说 Jason trains his dog in a strict manner. Jason 严格训练他的狗。另外，补充一个相关的片语，可以用 in a manner 来表示在某种程度、意义上。所以可以说 Arthur speaks to employees in a manner that inspires them to better themselves. Arthur 与员工对话，多多少少激发他们表现出更好的一面。
Okay, let's talk about the first part of our lesson for today. Now, of course, it's really great to be big and massive and heavy and stuff like that, and also to be able to live a long time, but hey, if you're not smart, well, then you're probably not worth much. But in this particular case, elephants do happen to be quite smart. It says with brains weighing 11 to 13 pounds, elephants, along with apes and dolphins, are among the smartest animals on Earth. So, of course, we humans, of course, are the smartest animals on the face of the earth. Of course, we all know that. No one would deny that. But there are other forms of intelligence on the earth. And, of course, we all know about whales and dolphins. Those, of course, are cetaceans. They, of course, are very intelligent. And apes, like gorillas and chimpanzees, they're intelligent as well. But elephants are also very intelligent because they've got these big, heavy brains.
There you go. They have brains weighing from 11 to 13 pounds. Now that is a big brain. Yeah, human brains I don't think weigh that much. And like Roger said before, whales and other cetaceans are also very, very smart. In fact, I believe that certain whales have the biggest brains on Earth. So humans, yeah, we've got brains, but our brains sometimes aren't as large as other animals' brains are. Yeah, whales have gigantic brains in some situations. The only thing is that in proportion to the size of their body, their brains aren't actually all that big. Yeah, humans, why we're so smart is that for our body size, our brains are disproportionately large. So we're small animals in comparison to elephants and whales and stuff like that, but we have really big brains considering our body sizes. Anyways, elephants, though, they're smart. They do have big brains. Get this, they're even able to recognize themselves. Yes, they recognize themselves when they look in a mirror. They understand music and can even be taught to paint. Yes, with their nose, their trunk, sometimes they're even able to paint. How about that? That nose, that trunk can really do it all. Anyways, here it says that they recognize themselves in a mirror. So they know who they are when they look at a picture of themselves, or when they look at an image of themselves, I should say, reflected in a mirror. So yeah, that's what it means to recognize something. If you recognize something, you see that thing and you can identify it. You know what it is. And elephants here, they can look at themselves in a mirror and they say, hey, that's me. I know it. I can recognize myself.
Yes, of course, I've taught English for many years here in Taiwan, and sometimes old students come up to me and say, hey, Teacher Roger, do you remember me? Sorry, I don't recognize you. I've taught thousands of students here, and of course, you've all gotten older over the years, so sometimes I don't recognize you, but then when they tell me their names, then I remember, oh, yes, you were in that class at such and such a place. But here in this particular case, I guess we could say that elephants have self-awareness. They do know that they exist in the world, so when they see themselves in the mirror, they can recognize themselves, and they might see a little spot on their cheek, and then they move their trunk up to knock it off or something like that. And they also can understand music, so maybe you can play them some Mozart string quartets or something like that, and they'll calm down. And they, of course, also can be taught to paint. I bet they can even hold paintbrushes or do finger painting with their trunks. That would be quite a work of art to see.
Would you call it finger painting, though, if you were doing it with your nose or with your trunk? That's something that we should all think about. But for now, let's go ahead and move on. Yes, elephants have feelings. Yes, elephants experience emotion in a manner similar to humans, and they truly do have good memories. Yeah, I always thought it was a myth. Oh, elephants never forget. I always thought that that was a myth. Apparently, though, it's true. Elephants do have really, really good memories. Anyways, before we move on, we've got a word to talk about here. It says that elephants experience emotion in a manner similar to humans. Now, here the word manner, okay, just means way. You could have said, yes, they experience emotion in a way similar to humans, okay? Both phrasings would have the same exact meaning, okay? Here we're not, though, talking about manners, rules of polite society and stuff like that. That's not the case here. Here, a manner is a way of doing something.
Right, we expect our employees to behave in a professional manner, but in this particular case, though, they experience emotions similar to the way humans do. Of course, we feel disappointment, love, hate, stuff like that. Elephants feel things in a similar way, and they truly do have good memories. If you have a good memory, you can remember things. Some people compliment me on having a good memory. Gee, how did you know? How did you remember that I told you 10 years ago that I'm from San Diego and that I went to USC? Gee, not everybody can remember that. You have a good memory, and elephants do have a good memory as well. They can remember things.
There you go. There's more. They stretch and yawn when sleepy, just like we do. And strangely enough, they're afraid of bees. Ooh. Yeah, I'm also afraid of bees. I do not want to get stung by bees. It's just funny that these gigantic creatures, these elephants, are actually afraid of bees. I get the feeling that an elephant would have no problem whatsoever dealing with a bee. But hey, they are afraid of bees. How cute. What's also cuter than that, though, is the fact that when they're sleepy, they yawn and stretch just like we do. How about that?
How about that? They do get bored sometimes. Imagine how bored they feel being stuck in a cage at the zoo. And it goes on to say here, they also feel sadness for their dead. If an elephant dies, they feel sad because that elephant has died. Some animals do that too. I think like dogs do. You know, if a dog in your house dies, the other dogs, you can tell, are very sad about that.
There you go. They mourn their dead. They feel sadness for their dead. They feel grief-stricken when someone in their pack dies. Yes, elephants, if one of their friends, let's say, dies, if one of their elephant friends, I should say, dies, they feel bad just like humans do. How about that? Anyways, it says next that elephants often refuse to leave a member of the group when it dies, sometimes covering the dead with leaves and earth. So like humans, not only do they feel bad when someone passes away, but they will refuse to leave that member of their group alone when that person, or that thing I should say, that creature dies. Okay, they don't want to leave it alone. They think that that would be disrespectful, let's say. So they actually bury the dead in some situations. Yeah, sometimes they'll actually cover the dead with leaves and earth. Like I said, they're very much like humans in this way. It's almost as though they're burying their dead like we do.
So there you have it, some more fascinating elephant trivia. Okay, let's move on now and learn some more about elephants in the next part.
Elephant moms have it hard. They are pregnant for nearly 2 years and give birth to a baby weighing up to 260 pounds. Those big babies are pretty incredible, though. Soon after birth, they are standing and walking around and sucking their trunks in much the way that children suck their thumbs.
第二部分我们看到片语 give birth to 加名词，表示分娩、产下孩子。像是 Anna gave birth to a healthy baby girl at 10:15 this morning. Anna 今天早上10点15分产下一名健康的女婴。另外，这个片语还可以引申出孕育、促使事物开展的意思。我们可以说 Hollywood gave birth to the American film industry. 好莱坞孕育了美国电影业。接着我们看到形容词 incredible， 指难以置信的。例如 The dancers on stage made some incredible leaps during the show. 台上的舞者在表演中做了几个难以置信的跳跃。另外，去除这个字首的 in， 可以成为它的反义词 credible， 指可靠的、可信的。所以可以说 You can trust these figures as they come from a credible source. 你可以相信这些数据，因为它是来自可靠的来源。
Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about elephant moms. Get this, elephant moms have it hard. They have it tough. They are pregnant for nearly 2 years and give birth to a baby weighing up to 260 pounds. Oh my goodness. That's like, I believe if you do the conversion here, that's like giving birth to a baby that's almost 100 kilograms or more than 100 kilograms. That's nuts. I believe when my daughter was born, she was 3 kilograms. That's an average-sized baby, 3,000 grams, I believe. Here, elephant moms, not only do they carry their children, I should say, for a very long time before giving birth, they also give birth to gigantic babies. It must be tough. Yes, elephant moms have it hard. They're pregnant for a really long time, and they have to give birth to really big babies. By the way, if you are pregnant, you are a woman, and you're about to give birth. You are with child. And yes, if you finally have that baby, you give birth.
That's right, and humans are pregnant for, 8 or 9 months, and elephants here can be pregnant for 2 years. Imagine 2 years of morning sickness or having cravings for 2 years. That's why we say elephant moms have it hard, and of course the baby is quite heavy when it is born. Now those big babies are pretty incredible though. Soon after birth, they are standing and walking around and sucking their trunks in much the way that children suck their thumbs. That's pretty fascinating. Of course, elephants are incredible. They're amazing. And the babies are incredible as well. We've also got the verb to suck here. Of course, if you want to drink something with a straw, you need to suck the drink through the straw in order to drink it, to suck. Here, of course, they suck their trunks in much the way that children suck them. I guess the baby elephants will stick those trunks in their mouth just like babies sometimes will stick their thumbs in their mouths.
There you go. My daughter sucked her thumb until she was 4 years old. Okay, yeah, she put a thumb in her mouth and she kind of created a vacuum there. She sucked on that thumb using her lips and her mouth. That's what she did, but she doesn't do it anymore. Yeah, when babies suck on their thumbs, sometimes that can be bad for the development of their teeth. So we kind of made sure she didn't do that anymore, and she no longer sucks her thumb. We're very happy about that. Anyways, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. When we come back, we'll be wrapping up our lesson on elephants.
Sadly, even with our efforts to protect these treasures of the animal kingdom, poachers are still killing African elephants at the rate of 100 a day, and Asian elephants are even more endangered. This is one fact about elephants that we humans must find a way to change.
第三部分，我们看到一个单字 poacher， 这个字是名词，指盗猎者。例如 Poachers hunted the protected animals from the national park. 盗猎者在那座国家公园里猎杀受保护的动物。另外，去除这个字字尾的 er， 可以成为它的动词 poach， 有盗猎、偷捕的意思。我们可以说 Be careful about the area you enter. You might be fined for poaching in the private water. 请小心你进入的区域，你可能会因为在私人海域偷捕而被罚款。最后我们看到一个形容词 endangered， 用来指濒危的，像是 Park rangers are working to protect the area's endangered wildlife. 公园巡守员致力于保护该区濒临绝种的野生动物。另外，去除这个字字尾的 ed， 可以成为动词 endanger， 有危及、危害的意思。我们可以说 Waste from human settlements has endangered the animals of the forest. 人类聚居地的废弃物已经危及森林里的动物。
Okay, so far we've been talking about some amazing facts about elephants. It all sounds pretty good. They're big, they're interesting, they're fascinating creatures. But sadly, even with our efforts to protect these treasures of the animal kingdom, poachers are still killing African elephants at the rate of 100 a day. Now, of course, people like to kill elephants because elephants have those tusks. Elephant teeth, I guess they're called in Chinese, but we say tusks in English, T-U-S-K, tusks, and they are used for various things that are probably not really true, but in any case, people are killing elephants for their tusks, and the people who do that are poachers. A poacher, of course, is somebody who hunts or kills an animal when it's illegal to do so.
Yeah, these people are not good people. They're killing African elephants, apparently, at the rate of 100 a day. This is how quickly elephants are dying out. They're dying out at the rate, or kind of like the speed, of 100 a day.
Right, that's the rate. I could say the spaceship flew through space at the speed of 6 miles a second, or at the rate of 6 miles a second. And then Asian elephants got their own problems here. They are even more endangered. If you're endangered, that means you might go extinct pretty soon, like the Australian koala.
There you go. If an animal is threatened with extinction, you can say that they are endangered. Yes, endangered animals. It means that species there might get wiped off the face of the earth. That species is at risk. It might die off, become extinct. Anyways, let's go ahead and wrap things up. The final sentence of today's lesson says, this is one fact about elephants that we humans must find a way to change. Yes, these are amazing animals. Why are we killing them? We've got to change this. We've got to make sure that elephants, all of them, okay, all three species, I should say, find a way to survive so that future generations of humans can appreciate them.
Okay, that brings us to the end of our lesson for today. It's time now to listen to our Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。我们来看今天的文法重点。
课文一开始提到 With brains weighing 11 to 13 pounds, elephants along with apes and dolphins are among the smartest animals on earth. 有着11到13磅重的大脑袋，大象跟人猿和海豚同样是地球上最聪明的动物。好，句子里面用到 along with 的用法，那我们就来学习它的2种用法。第一个是课文的用法，它表示连同以及或者是和什么什么一起。好，那要特别注意的是 along with 的功能是用来附加资讯，它前方的名词才是重点。所以如果我们是用 A along with B 来当主词的话，这时候动词是要随着 A 来做变化。举例来说， My best friend along with her husband and daughter is coming over for dinner. 我最要好的朋友以及她的老公和女儿要来我们家吃晚餐。好，句子里面的重点是在于我的好朋友要来吃晚餐，我只是用 along with her husband and daughter 来附加说明她的老公跟女儿也会来。所以呢，我们句子里面的动词是配合 along with 前方的主词 my best friend， 后面的 be 动词就是搭配 is。好，第二个用法呢，就是 along with 可以用来表达除了什么什么之外还有什么什么，意思就相当于 in addition to 或者是 besides。例如 Along with cakes and cookies, the bakery also sells pies and bread. 除了蛋糕和饼干之外，那间烘焙坊还有卖派饼还有面包哦。好，那同样在课文第一部分有一句提到说，大象想睡觉的时候会伸懒腰跟打哈欠，他就说 They stretch and yawn when sleepy。 好，句子里面的 when sleepy 其实呢是由 when they are sleepy 省略而来的。那我们来学习这个用法。好，看到 when 主词加动词，逗号主词加动词这样的句型的时候，如果它前后子句的主词一样，我们可以省略 when 后方的主词，再把动词改成分词的形式去形成分词构句。好，那么要用什么分词，就是看动词它如果是主动就改现在分词，被动就只要保留过去分词。简化完的句型就会是 when 搭配现在分词或是过去分词，逗号主词加动词。那么 when 加上现在分词或过去分词这个部分呢，我们可以摆在主要子句的前方或是后方。我们来看一个例句会比较清楚。Dogs wag their tails when they are excited. 狗狗兴奋的时候会摇尾巴。好，那么例句里面这个 when they are excited 这个 they 指的就是 dogs， 那我们就发现前后子句的主词一样，所以把 when 后面的 they 省略，再把 are be 动词这个 are 改成现在分词 being 也通常会省略不用，所以呢这个句子就可以简化成 Dogs wag their tails when excited，从 when they are excited 简化成 when excited。 好，回头来看课文的句子，它本来可以写作 They stretch and yawn when they are sleepy， 它就是把 when 后面的主词 they 省略，把 be 动词 are 改成现在分词 being， 再把 being 省略，最后就会看到 They stretch and yawn when sleepy。好，那么以上是今天的重点整理，我们来回顾今天的单字吧。 Recognize. I recognized my friend from across the room and waved to get his attention. Manner. Students love Ms. Young's class because she teaches in a very relaxed manner. Pregnant. Please give your seat to those in need, including pregnant women and the elderly. Suck. Billy happily sucked on the lollipop that the doctor had given him for behaving well during his appointment. Rate. The average person types at a rate of about 40 words per minute. Endangered. Scientists in Australia have trained dogs to search for endangered insects so they can collect data on them.
Discussion Starter starts now!
It's time now for our discussion starter. Here's the question. What do you think is the most interesting fact about elephants?
It's fascinating that they can recognize themselves in a mirror because that's just super amazing. It shows me that they've got something going on upstairs. You have to be a truly intelligent animal to know who you are. So this is super fascinating to me.
Well, since we had a chance to listen to today's lesson, I find it interesting that elephants' trunks are so versatile. You can use them for a lot of different things. You can use them to spray yourself, to pick up pieces of rice. This is truly fascinating.
Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.